Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What do you need to know to be able to make a great rhythmic pattern? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can take the building blocks from the last video and you can turn it into a single bar rhythm, which you then develop into an 8-bar rhythm. So from simple building blocks to a full 8-bar rhythm that is not only varied and interesting, but it's simple and easy to do. Let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to be diving into rhythmic patterns in this video and what it is that makes a rhythmic pattern and how you can make it not only a good rhythmic pattern, but also an interesting one. We're going to be taking what we learned from the last video, which is those building blocks, those whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16ths, 30-seconds. And we're going to take those and create rhythmic patterns in this video. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to create easily an 8-bar pattern, an 8-bar rhythmic pattern. That sounds awesome and interesting and cool. So let's get started, shall we? Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to draw all of this in because I think it's a nice way to approach it. Now, I'm up here on B4, aren't I? There we go. When we write rhythmic patterns, I'm going to teach you this way to do it because I think this is a really nice way for you to approach it without feeling stressed about having to write big patterns. You know, I do get asked a lot as to how I so easily write rhythms. And I'm going to show you that here. So let's draw this in. I'm not going to, I've done there, haven't I? I'm going to start with something very, very simple. I'm going to start with one rhythm that uses just quarter notes. You can see them there. Bum, dum, 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 or ant. There we go. Just quarter notes. I'm starting simple. Now, the trick to a good and interesting rhythmic pattern is not just simplicity, but also variety. So now let's create some variety. We're going to repeat that 3 times, so that we get a 4-bar pattern. Now, the way I do this, and I approach this with writing pretty much every single rhythm I ever write, I think about the 2nd and the 4th repetition, and I change them. So let's add in some 8th notes there, and I'm going to make those the same. But I'm going to now change the 4th bar. So the 2nd bar and the 4th bar are similar, that they both have these last 2 8th notes, but now the 4th bar has an extra change to it. We have kept bar 1 and bar 3 the same because that repeated idea becomes the foundation of the pattern. Here we go. Perfect. This is absolute fodder for action comedy drum writing. I cover this stuff in my course as well. Action comedy drums. Plug. Hello. I should hold a plug whenever I do that. Okay, so we're now going to, as you can see, copy and paste those 4 bars to have an 8-bar rhythm. But we're going to approach it in the same way. In this 4-bar block, we're going to make sure that our now 6th and 8th bar are different from the 2nd and 4th bar. So let's delete that. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm going to do this. So the 6th bar is going to have those 4 8th notes, ant, spider, spider, and then this one is going to have spider, spider, and then a half note. Worm. Spider, spider, worm. Okay, so let's hear this now. It's an 8-bar rhythm. Very simple, with enough variety to make it interesting, but enough repetition to make it feel like a decent pattern. Awesome. I mean, I'm pretty tough with that. I'm going to join that together. No, wait. I'm going to copy and paste it. Chuck it over here. And I'm going to start again. We're going to do that process again, but we're going to make it a little bit more complicated. Not just quarter notes and eighth note. Quarter notes and eighth notes. Quarter notes and eighth note. Oh dear. I think I might need another cup of coffee. Oh, hey, how you do that logic? That's really annoying. So I'm doing quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, 16th notes, it looks like. Ant, spider, and caterpillar. Cool beans. That will be the foundation for our new rhythm. Let's approach this the same way. Bar 2 and bar 4 we're going to change. So I'm going to make bar 2 have these swapped around. So now it's ant, ant, spider, caterpillar. And now I'm going to have bar 4, ant, spider, spider, caterpillar. Or no, actually, let's do this. Let's do ant, spider, caterpillar, caterpillar. Ant, ticky, 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 ticky. Wicked. Sounding good already. Now let's change that to an 8-bar rhythm. And we're going to do the same again. We're going to change bar 6 and bar 8. So I think with bar 6, let's put 2 spiders, or a spider, 2 eighth notes there. And here we're going to delete. Yes, I'm going to move these 16th notes to there and then end it with, in fact, I'm going to end it on those 16ths. And caterpillar, caterpillar. Question mark. Let's hear it. Oh, it does need that last. It just needs it. Just needs it. Ah, that's better. That's better. There we go. Another cool 8-bar rhythmic pattern just from starting with a single bar. Really, really useful trick and tip. It's absolute gold to practice this. And I could do this until the cows come home. But I want to reiterate a couple of things. We keep bar 1, 3, 5, 7 the same, or at least extremely similar, so that we have this sense of a pattern, this repeated thing that we keep coming back to. We change bar 2, 4, 6, and 8 enough so that it gives it variety, keeps our ears listening. We're very clever, us people. When we hear something repeated with no change, our ears start to switch off. We start to be like, boring. But when there is a slight change, our ears go, oh, what was that? Oh, what was that? It's kind of like when you've got a dog and you blow the little whistle on there, or the cat sees the scratching finger in the sofa, or the mouse running across the park. It's the same with our ears when we do this. Den, 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 digga, digga, den, digga, digga. Change. That's what we're doing. And the great thing is, this stuff doesn't have to just be for rhythmic instruments. It can also be for, tonal instruments that produce a pitch. Okay, I know you're going to say it now. One could argue, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. They're all on the same note. Let's copy and paste you and put you down an octave. And now let's copy and paste you. I'll get to it eventually, guys. Don't you worry. I just want to show you how you can also write this, use rhythms this way to create something interesting and snazzy and cool. Let's go for a Celeste. Hello. Oh, suits you. It sounds a bit mechanical at this point. Because of all the velocities and whatnot. But it's also like a really great foundation for more things. Also, whoa. I mean, I wouldn't generally use them to that extent with big drums like that. In fact, I'll show you a quick trick. This is the problem with these type of tutorials. I get very excited very quickly and then I get taken off. We're going to half speed this because what I've just shown you works really well for small percussion when you're playing that faster rhythm. When you're working with bigger percussion, you want it to sound I mean, there you've got a decent rhythm. What I did with there was I just half sped everything. So a quarter note becomes a half note becomes a whole note, an eighth note becomes a quarter note, etc., etc. And you can kind of spread this out and do that again and half speed it, because the bigger the drums you're going to start to work with, the kind of less room for fast playing. And then what we can do, so we can go back to double speed those ones. Let's double speed it again. There we go. How to make interesting rhythmic patterns using the building blocks from the previous video. 1 bar into an 8 bar pattern. See you in the next one, guys.